how you transition into like marketability of a superstar,
Yeah.
or how you transition into to present somebody. Eric Bischoff is our topic, our last topic.
Oh.
He's in that position to do so as him and Paul Heyman officially step into their role into executive producers for both Raw and SmackDown.
He had a little take.
Yeah.
Like Eric Bischoff had a little take that apparently he's not too quick on the uptake. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on. No, that's not what he said. But he said that pretty much he has a lot of work to do with getting caught up with the product and, presenting a show. And this is exactly what we all thought. This is why I was a little skeptical about Eric Bischoff in the first place. I just need him to prove it. And I think that Paul Heyman's influence has already been seen. And I think that I knew that Paul Heyman's influence would put pressure on Eric Bischoff. So like, all right, I need to come ready.
Well, I mean, I think realistically that too. I'm not gonna take that away from you, but I do want to like Eric for the most part is a professional. You know what I mean? And he already knows the vitriol waiting for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so why would you come in unprepared?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like realistically, Eric has been out the loop of WWE, but he's still not out the know of what it takes to run like
wrestling company. And I'm never gonna knock him on that as far as business-wise, sort of him being the creative mind in terms of he's more of a conceptual mind, like kind of like me. Like I'm as writing goes, I don't get the minutiae sometimes, and I think Eric misses the minutiae. Paul gets that. Paul sees that creatively. I think that I have a doubt, and he always relies on certain concepts and of like the past and old talent and just old types of thoughts of when it comes to wrestling. So I hope that he approaches things with a new mindset or gives people the reins and freedom to do it for him. And I think that him at least getting caught with the product is a start. So I'm glad he's doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I've always when the decision was, brought up and made, I've always gave creatively as a viewer Eric rope. I'll give him. I'm gonna give him rope, the same rope that I give Paul, and they don't have to be the same reason of why I gave them rope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like obviously I am a creative that thinks within the minutiae. So like I do tend to side with Paul on the idea of how he knows his cachet, being on camera with the Street Profits. Instantly, he knows his whatever nuclear aura he has on him.
He's on the pulse.
It just rubs off on the Street Profits. Now, Eric, on the other hand, like you said, the past 2 weeks, you've kind of congratulated the shooting or the presentation of Aleister Black. You know what I mean?
No, that was you. I did. I mean, the
presentation.
I don't think that has anything to do with Eric.
Well,
I don't think that has anything to do with Eric.
Well, I mean, granted, let's just say this. Since we do hypotheticals, like the same thing. Like, let's say not for nothing, he's not caught up on the product, but he looks at that the same way you do and say that looks like shit. And let's say Eric say, hey, you need, I'm watching this, you need to have it lit a different way. It needs to be...
I'm not saying that it's impossible that he had the influence on Aleister Black's promo. I just don't think it happened. I think that Eric right now is still gearing up to take over after Extreme Rules, possibly, and to run with it. And that's why I was telling you, with the whole Paul Heyman thing with The Undertaker, I'm like, you started trying to make that like as a point.
No, first of all, I didn't make it a point, but what I'm saying is that realistically, like, I hear what you're saying, like, oh, Eric relies on old concepts and tropes and shit like that. It's wrestling. Everything's been done before. I mean, I just watched a fucking barbed wired rope explosive match that happened in 1986. So, I mean, they've been trying to kill each other. So, like, I get what
you know what I mean? Like, when it comes to relying on people and from the past to put on a good show and saying, so he thinks, obviously, like, all right, these are our big names, put them on TV. These are what people know. Put him on TV.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, look at his roster. He doesn't have at his disposal for you. Like, you can't. Like, that's my thing. Like, this is a new situation for Eric, so we need to give him a new plate.
All right, let's do that.
And so, like, he has a brand new. Now, granted, he had his opportunity with TNA with new stars, but what was TNA at that time? It was old super. They were built on old superstars. Yes, Eric can come in and be like, oh yeah, this AJ Styles is a great wrestler. But how does he know if AJ's moving the needle on cable television when he's trying to be a competitive wrestling company on TV?
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I mean? So, like, with Smackdown, like you did, like, he has to get abreast, okay. He has to see who's doing what, who's moving what. But I do look at Eric, and he has a good, fulfilling roster. Right now, Kofi's his champion. Yeah. We don't have a brand split. Yeah. So it looks like that he may have at his disposal.
They need to just stop saying wild card.
The whole roster.
No, yeah, he has.
Maybe.
And if there's, I think by the time they go to Fox, they need to split them again.
Yeah.
By the time they go to Fox, they need to split these rosters. You cannot have guys on both sides. It's hard, wild card thing.
You'll never be able to separate the shows.
Yeah, you'll never be able to tell a consistent story at all with the chaos you got going on both sides.
Especially when the show's going from Monday, when it's going from Monday to Tuesday.
And on Fox and USA.
And it's going from Monday to Friday. Like, that's going to be, man, that's going to be hard to keep somebody our interest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you guys split the rosters. And then we'll see what these guys are made of. Really, that honestly, I'm giving them rope as of right now till Fox hits. Like, I want to see that Fox show. That first one, better fucking bring it, yo.
Oh my goodness, yo. You better give AEW the same energy, nigga. Give AEW the same energy, dog.
Okay.
Cause it's the same thing I be telling other podcasts. You know what I mean? Yeah, I gotta get off the wave. You gotta can't no more ride. You feel me? You know what I mean?
Of course, I'm gonna give AEW the same energy, and I do. But I just grade them on a curve right now because they haven't hit TV. That's all it is. They're on a curve right now because they haven't hit TV. Once they hit TV, I gotta see what they're really all about and get a better picture of weekly what the show's like. So yeah, AEW is doing their thing. You know, we're gonna bring up Jon Moxley earlier. Yo, Jon Moxley, you gotta stop talking about WWE. I think right now, I loved the first interview. I loved it completely. I loved that information. Yeah, it was great. But at this point, I want to see him do him. Just do you, bro. And that's because I'm a fan. I want you to just do you. Forget about WWE. He commented that he'd rather work at a grocery store than work at WWE. And we get it. You probably went through a lot of shit there. You know, but go on. Move on. You know, rather than calling out WWE, call out anybody else. Kenny Omega. Call out Kenny Omega and just start building that feud. Building chaos with AEW. You know, just brand yourself to that company and commit and fuck off with WWE. Just focus on building AEW.
I mean, we're in a day and age of clicks. Also, we are in the day and age of keeping yourself relevant in a time where you can be known today and gone tomorrow. That's why music is so disposable at this point. Mm-hmm. With wrestling having so much availability now, the only reason why Jon Moxley is hot in these streets is because he left WWE. So, I hear what you're saying as far as Jon Moxley probably needs to stop doing interviews. Probably.
Not even stop doing interviews, but like, I mean, I guess people are going to ask him.
Exactly.
You know, he has to give an answer. He's not going to just bullshit.
But he could bullshit because as Dean Ambrose at the fucking Steve Austin interview, he bullshitted his way through there. So, like, Mox, like, he has his ability to, like, shut down and shut off and not answer questions when he doesn't want to. And I get the resentment, man. Like, I was in the military and, like, you know, at some point in time, like, when I was fresh out, like, everything that I had to say about the military was negative, also knowing that they gave me the best opportunity in my life. You know what I mean? So Moxley at the same time understands that. Like, he understands that. He said it in the Jericho interview. Like, he paid off his house. I think he paid off his mom's house or something like that. He paid off his truck. Like, that's the only thing that kind of mattered to him. But when you're stifled, you know what I mean, as a person, as a creative, mentally, it's taxing. And then so when someone asks you and you're able to finally be honest, because when you're under the moniker of Dean Ambrose, you're not able to be as candid as you want to be. I kind of understand it, but I do agree with you, man. But right now, he's fresh. I mean, he left, in April?
No,
May?
I feel where you're coming from. I know.
That the fire from WWE is the only thing that's going to be able to set a foot into AEW.
Yeah, I feel you, but he already did that, I feel like. And I think that, just start focusing on AEW just because I don't want him to be attached. Build Jon Moxley completely independent of Dean Ambrose and what went down. Because you don't want to be branded as the guy who's anti-WWE. You don't want to be that to be Jon Moxley.
For sure.
You don't want that to be who Jon Moxley is.
But that's what the company AEW is at this point.
I mean, the people, it is, you're right, you're right. The whole culture of that company is fuck WWE. I'm not going to even front. The Sledgehammer, the way the Young Bucks talk, they just very slick with it.
The way, yo, did you see the promo video of, like, we fight for justice. We fight for whatever. And, like, you look at that, you're like, man, it could have been good if Brandy wasn't on there, like, 4 times.
I didn't see it.
You know what I mean? And it's not, I say the same thing about WWE when they fucking, sashay Stephanie around here, you know what I mean? Like, the underground scoop of her ain't something devious, you know what I mean? But, like, so, at the end of the day, like, everybody, Moxley, I feel like Moxley has to, at the same time, carry the flag of where he walked into. You know what I mean? Kenny could have went to WWE and didn't because he's like, oh, I'm going to do something that is anti them or alternative to them.
And that's what they should be. They should be an alternative, but they need to get away from the WWE shit. They need to do it sooner than later, honestly. Because I just want you guys to just start building your roster, building your talent, building those stars, telling those stories. Just because if you completely ignore WWE, you're way better. You're just way better. You're just way better off. Because I think that's where TNA fucked up. Everything they did was like a copycat of WWE or a reference to WWE or a reference to ECW or reference to WCW. What the fuck is TNA then? That's how I saw it.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Speaking of AEW, we said on our show Wednesday that they have a show coming up Saturday, the 13th, Fight for the Fallen. Where they're going to be in Jacksonville. A few highlight matches on that card is Kenny versus Shima, Young Bucks versus Dustin and Cody, the Rose Brothers. You have the Lucha Bros versus SCU, which and they got some other stuff happening. Joey Janela,
just tune in,
Darby Allin,
give them a shot.
Bleacher Report live. They're streaming it live.
Yeah.
Their show starts at 7:30 Saturday. Also Saturday, Evolve's 10th anniversary.
Yes.
Highlighted. Their show starts at 8. Highlighted with Matt Riddle versus Drew Gulak. Also, the NXT Championship match of Adam Cole versus Akira Tozawa.
Is Drew Gulak facing Tony Nese on again too? I thought that was the show that was gonna be on.
We
were like a Tony Nese.
What are you talking about?
For the Evolve show.
No, it was Drew Gulak versus Matt Riddle.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. And
Adam Cole versus Akira Tozawa.
Adam Cole versus Akira Tozawa. WWN's champion JD Drake versus Austin Theory. That's a match that I'm interested in to see. It's a winner take all match.
I've never seen them before, and WWE's giving that platform, so shout out to WWE for putting them on.
Exactly. That's Saturday. Also Saturday, the G1 Climax 29.
Oh, yes.
New Japan has fucking a stacked card. Shit, I guess I could have pulled that up before I said it. But it's a ton of wrestling going on Saturday.
And I've been saying it, man. I've been saying it every week, man. We're living in a time that's way better than the Monday Night Wars. This is the best time to be a wrestling fan. And I thought last year was a great time to be wrestling. Right now is the best time to be a wrestling fan. You got so much going on within wrestling culture, and you got lots of just everybody competing for your eyeballs, and everybody's company is something different. You got 4 big shows this weekend.
Yeah.
And then we got Extreme Rules coming up too. So I'm like, there's gonna be a lot of shit to watch though.
Yeah.